we've missed you being outside, but you're getting some good work done inside.
Yeah, it's been good, but it's to the advantage of the pitchers. It's tough hitting inside. It's tough hitting it anyway when they're throwing as hard as they are, and they throw those cutters and change ups, and the lights are good in there, and you have a really good backdrop, but it's not like being outside. And hopefully that this weekend the offense will pick it up a little bit, because the last couple of weekends it's been all about the pitching.
Is the field in good enough shape? Do you think you'll get out there this weekend?
Oh yeah, we'll be out there this weekend. We had the tarp on the field, so the snow's melted off it. Then we had the tarps in the outfield where it doesn't get much sun, and they've gotten that all taken care of. Now it's just a matter of just drying up the green part of the outfield, so to speak. They had to break it up because it had a sheet over the top of it, and they've been doing that today. And so today's a big day for us to get that down. And I mean, we'll see. Honestly, if it's melted enough, I would like to hit out there tomorrow, even if we're using, old baseballs, because our outfielders need to catch a ball off the bat.
Do you feel you've ever correlated, a little bit of a slower start with some of the weather, maybe even the other way, like, hey, we've had bad weather, but we're a lot further ahead than maybe another school that doesn't have a facility?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We try not to make a big deal about it, but it'll slow you down for sure. And I'm not going to make any excuses. If we pitch well and field well, we'll be in the games down there. If we don't, we won't. I don't take the first weekend too seriously, so to speak. I know that we're going to get better. If you win 3, it's great. If you lose a couple, don't panic. Just try to see what's up. But this weekend, being able to go outside, I think it makes up for the last couple of weeks being inside, because we get to make up for it a little bit and see what's up.
You made it a point to talk about modern college baseball and some other schools bringing all of these transfers. Your way of doing things, do you feel like your culture maybe helps you guys get off to a better start than most other programs?
Well, I just think that when you already have guys in your program, you know what they're all about, off the field, in the locker room, just as a person. Also, their talents, and you think they're going to continue to get better because of the way they are, the way they work. We've lost our starting outfield 3 or 4 years in a row to the draft or graduation, but most of them signed. So we've had to fill in there and maybe bring in a high school guy or a transfer JUCO type kid. But the other positions we've had some guys. We haven't been completely devastated from guys that were here and now they're gone. We have young guys coming up that maybe they haven't had the opportunity yet, but we know that they're going to be ready for it.
I know you still got another weekend of scrimmages this weekend, but do you feel pretty good about where you're sitting with your starting rotation?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, let the guys go again, but right now I'd say you're probably looking at 2 lefts and a right. That's kind of what we're thinking, but we'll see how it goes this weekend. Unless something crazy happens, that's what we'll probably do.
I assume Gackel's going to be one of those
guys. Oh, yeah.
What's different about him this year than he maybe going into last year?
I think last year he was a little just wound up and, high expectations, and he's having a little trouble throwing that heater for a strike. The breaking ball's always been pretty good. He just seems to command his pitches better. He was unbelievable out of the pen again last year. Even in the first game in Omaha, when we brought him in, we're down. They really didn't do much after that. And then his last outing was amazing. We don't want to hurt him, obviously. He's running out of pitches. So it's his year. It's year to start and, get us into the game, get us to that next guy, hopefully after the 5th inning.
You said advantage pitchers the last 2 weeks, but what hitters have gotten anything done enough to take notice?
Reese Robinette's been swinging the bat extremely well. With all that technology in there, we know how far they hit it, and he crushed one yesterday. His team was down 2-0 with 2 outs in the last inning, and he got ahead in the count 2-0 and then hammered it. It was a freshman throwing a fastball. I better just throw a strike, and it was tied. But he's been hitting the ball good. I don't know. I'd say Kojal's been swinging the bat pretty well, and believe it or not, Sousa's been pretty good. The opening weekend outside, the hitters did a great job where you're going, whoa, pitching, I don't know now, but the last 2 weeks it's been a total 360. So we've got some guys that can hit. We've got some guys that can really pitch. So we just got to get it in the right order.
We got to see Dietz that first weekend. How's he doing since then?
Yeah, you'll see Dietz. He's ready to roll. I think he threw 4 innings the other night in there on Saturday night and didn't give up a run.
I remember last year asking you about him throughout the season. You said it's more of like a mental thing. He's got to get over that. When did you see him get over that and become the guy you know he can be?
Yeah, the mental part of it, first off, it was, I mean, whenever you've been hurt as much as him in that same spot, you know, the bone's weak, then it heals, and it hurts again, and then he has surgery, and there he is coming back. He just didn't want to hurt that thing, and I get it. I'd say we saw it a few innings. I mean, even when LSU walked us off the field last year at Baton Rouge, he was throwing the ball like 90. We lost, and us coaches are going, okay, we got us another guy. Because we were thinking down the road. We knew we were going to be in a regional or whatever. And then it was kind of up and down. Then he'd show you an inning. But then he went out to summer ball, got on the mound, got his work in, started, threw his pitch count, came in the fall, and we were going, okay, I think he's back. And, so it's physical a little bit, but it's also that mental part, and it's normal.
At shortstop with TJ and Brumbaugh, is that a position you might rotate a little bit early in the season, or do you want to see one guy kind of take it by opening weekend?
We'll see how it goes. You know, and you guys haven't been in there, but I've been playing Sousa there every day. But the arm's not ready yet. But the glove is. He hasn't missed a ball there. But sometimes the throwing, you know, it's just he's still thinking about it. The strength isn't there yet. But yeah, and TJ plays a outstanding third base and second base. Cam's been playing great at second. He's a lot better than he was last year. He's more limber and agile, although he's stronger. He hit a ball the other day that read at 417, and I didn't think he hit it that good, but that TrackMan's usually pretty right, you know, and so there's a lot of strength there. But he's quicker. We already know Sousa can play a great second base with his range or anywhere. I'm not really answering your question, but I would say if we started tomorrow, I'd probably start Brumbaugh, put TJ at third. Sousa might have to DH for a little bit, maybe play something, we'll see. But this weekend is going to determine a couple things.
With Cahillo, he's a guy who led your team in RBIs last year. He's not popping up on all SEC preseason teams. Do you feel like maybe a chip on his shoulder that he's got to go out and prove himself again in a way?
Yeah. I mean, he was, what was he, the SEC DH last year, and you know, he got off to an incredible start when he got in the lineup, and it really happened when he came and got that pinch hit off the wall against TCU, gave us the lead, and we went on to win the game late. And he never came out of the lineup, and he just tore it up for a month and a half. And then he's up and down. I do believe he lost some strength. I think he was under a lot of pressure. He got his brother, who's a superstar, and now he's gone. It's just him. And hopefully he'll relax. His batting practice is amazing. And he's been getting his hits, but he hadn't been crushing balls out of the park, so to speak. But I think that he has a little bit of a chip, and I think there's probably a few other guys. But, you know, really bottom line, you guys should go play and take it to the game, and it all works out.
How do you feel about him in right field? Is he?
He's gotten a lot better. Like, he looks normal right there. What I mean by that, he didn't catch the ball funny, all out of whack. He can run. You know, he's a big guy, and he can run well, underway. He's learned about the warning track a little bit. Now, he's not perfect, so I'm going to say he's an average outfielder. But, you know, there's average outfielders playing in big leagues every day.
How confident are you that Sousa's arm will get to the point where you're comfortable playing him in the field?
Oh, I'm comfortable playing him in the field now at second. Now, is he going to make that play up the middle where he has to backhand and throw him out? Maybe. I mean, it's getting better all the time. And, you know, think about it. You could probably play him at third and just play him up. The throw from third is a lot shorter than short. People don't realize that. And he turns double play good. He's fine to play there. But Cam's been playing so good that there's no reason for me to do that. We'll just see how it goes. At least we have an option, you know, for another guy that can play in the infield or two that are good.
How many got battling for those outfield spots?
I'd say right now a right-handed hitter and a left-handed hitter. You know, the freshman I mentioned at the end there, the one I forgot. I mean, he's had some good days and some freshman days, but if he hits the ball and it bounces 2 or 3 times, it's going to be close. He gets down that line. And you know, so does the other one. So it's kind of right now. It's kind of a speed position with a little power, but guys that can steal bases and run the ball down. They can both play center field.
With Gibbler, does it help that whether he's starting or relieving that he watched Gackle kind of go through that same transition as a sophomore of trying to make that jump from closer to potential starter?
Yeah, I think he's so much better than he was last year, demeanor-wise on the mound. To me, just under control. Like the way he tried to pitch last year, kind of out of the gates, was hair on fire, so to speak. And those guys can't go more than an inning or so. Now he's just calm, and I mean, he threw 4 innings the other night and did a great job. Struck out like 8, and just had that. And he hadn't had his slider, the breaking ball, like that's his nasty pitch. So he's throwing fastball a lot more, but the other night the breaking ball's back. I mean, it was beautiful. And he's got a change-up and obviously a fastball. If he doesn't start opening weekend, he will be in a big-time role for us.
Does it kind of hurt Gibbler? Not hurt him, but like you know what he can do out of the bullpen. Whereas Fisher, McGuire, you might not have a
exactly.
closing role for them. Is that something that factors into the decision?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, like Fisher threw last night, at one time he threw 12 strikes in a row. A few strikeouts, ground balls. It was great. Just quick innings. Yeah, I think whenever anybody has seen someone do what Gibbler can do for a few innings out of the pen, it gives you a lot of confidence. And, yeah, maybe you start thinking, I'd really like to have him there, a little security there instead of this guy. But he's going to get his opportunities. And whether he's out of the pen or ends up being a starter, I truly believe before he leaves here he's going to be a starter.
It's pretty typical for every team, weekend rotational changes as the season goes along, and you guys have done that the past couple of years. You feel like maybe this year's team, you got an opportunity where the weekend rotation is just set from start to finish, a little bit more potential that way?
You have older guys for sure. You know, a lot of times it might change 1 or 2, but you know, we moved them all around last year or so. This year I don't see that quite as much. So I think that's their role. They've earned it. See what. You know, you hope as a coach they go out and they do that, and you kind of can go, okay, all right, and go to the next week and get them ready for the next week. But if they don't, we'll make adjustments. And they get it, and they understand.